From the first voyage of the USS Enterprise to becoming a timeless sci-fi legacy, Star Trek, the original series launched more than just a starship. It launched legendary careers. But what happened to the iconic cast after the final frontier? Who thrived, who struggled, and who became legends both on and off screen? Join us as we journey through time to rediscover the stars of 1966, then and now, and honor the legacy they left behind in both the universe and our hearts. DeForest Kelly, born on January 20th, 1920 in Takei, Georgia. He portrayed Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 46 years old. McCoy is the ship's chief medical officer, known for his deep empathy, sharp wit, and iconic exclamations like, "I'm a doctor, not an insert profession." He provides a humanistic counterbalance to Spock's logic and Kirk's command instincts. Before Star Trek, Kelly had a career in westerns, but his role as McCoy became his most enduring legacy. He reprised the character in multiple films and remained beloved by fans for his warmth and humor. DeForest Kelly passed away on June 11, 1999, at the age of 79 due to stomach cancer.
Nothing unusual, with one exception.
Serious?
Terminal.
What is it?
Xenopolycythemia. It has no cure.
I miss those reunions, you know, which are kind of like the hackneyed expression, family reunion. I guess if you're an actor, say, oh, we're like a family.
Leonard Nimoy, born on March 26, 1931, in Boston, Massachusetts. He portrayed Mr. Spock in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 35 years old. Spock is a half-human, half-Vulcan science officer, known for his logical mind, emotional restraint, and iconic catchphrase, "Live long and prosper." He struggles with his dual heritage, balancing human emotion and Vulcan logic, which adds depth to his character. After Star Trek, Nimoy continued to portray Spock in multiple films and series, and also directed several of the franchise's most successful movies. Beyond acting, he was a writer, poet, and photographer. Leonard Nimoy passed away on February 27, 2015, at the age of 83 due to complications from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, a result of past smoking habits.
Earth believes the Romulans to be warlike, cruel, treacherous. And only the Romulans know what they think of Earth.
Do it as a scientific curiosity, rather than get excited, rather than being caught up in the drama.
William Shatner, born on March 22, 1931, in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He portrayed Captain James T. Kirk in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 35 years old. Kirk is the fearless and decisive captain of the USS Enterprise, known for his bold leadership, emotional intuition, and devotion to his crew. He became an icon of space exploration and diplomacy, often challenging authority to do what he believed was right. After Star Trek, Shatner continued to portray Kirk in several feature films, became an accomplished author, and hosted numerous television shows. In 2025, at 94 years old, Shatner remains active in the entertainment world, making public appearances and inspiring fans as a living legend of science fiction.
Identity?
Space vessel. Only glimpse of.
Can you locate the intruder for us?
Negative. It seems to have.
I think it was in Canada. Isn't that what it says? I must have been striving to survive as a young actor.
James Duhan, born on March 3, 1920, in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. He portrayed Lieutenant Commander Montgomery Scotty Scott in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 46 years old. Scotty is the ship's chief engineer, famous for his technical brilliance and the catchphrase, "I'm giving her all she's got, Captain." His resourcefulness and thick Scottish accent made him a fan favorite. Duhan continued to portray Scotty in the Star Trek films and became a staple at fan conventions. Outside acting, he was a World War II veteran and credited with saving lives both on and off screen. James Duhan passed away on July 20th, 2005, at the age of 85 from pneumonia and complications of Alzheimer's disease.
It's a fine time for that transporter mechanism to break down.
Impossible, Dr. McCoy. My transporter was working perfectly. Then what are we doing here?
Liked of all the Scottish accents was a young fellow that was beside me during the war in Catterick Camp in England, up in Yorkshire.
Nichelle Nichols, born on December 28, 1932, in Robbins, Illinois. She portrayed Lieutenant Nyota Uhura in Star Trek, 1966, when she was 34 years old. Uhura is the Enterprise's communications officer, known for her intelligence, composure, and groundbreaking representation as a black woman in a major television role. She became a symbol of progress and inclusion during the Civil Rights era. After Star Trek, Nichols worked with NASA to recruit women and minorities into the space program, profoundly influencing real-world diversity in science and space exploration. Nichelle Nichols passed away on July 30th, 2022, at the age of 89 from heart failure.
Silence.
Hi, sir. Channel's open, sir.
Space Station K7, this is Captain Kirk of the Enterprise. What is your emergency?
Captain Kirk.
Your position. You are changing the minds of people across the world because for the first time through you, we see our...
Walter Koenig, born on September 14, 1936, in Chicago, Illinois. He portrayed Ensign Pavel Chekhov in Star Trek, 1967, when he was 31 years old. Chekhov is the young and enthusiastic navigator of the Enterprise, known for his thick Russian accent and optimistic energy during the Cold War era. His inclusion added a layer of international cooperation to the crew's dynamic. After Star Trek, Koenig reprised his role in several films and went on to write and act in various science fiction projects. In 2025, at 88 years old, Walter Koenig remains involved in creative work and appears at fan events, cherished by fans for his enduring contributions to science fiction.
6 degrees. I know, almost impossible.
It makes me homesick. Just like Russia.
More like the Garden of...
He was civil. I never get the sense that he wanted to be anybody's.
Eddie Pasi, born on August 20th, 1939, in Delaware. He portrayed Lieutenant Leslie in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 27 years old. Lieutenant Leslie was a recurring background character who appeared in over 50 episodes, often seen at the helm or on the bridge, representing the everyday heroes who supported the Enterprise's missions. Though rarely given dialogue, his presence became a subtle but enduring part of the series' fabric. After Star Trek, Pasi retired from acting due to chronic back problems and later ran his own automotive business. Eddie Pasi passed away on August 17, 2021, at the age of 81 from natural causes.
All channels clear, Uhura?
All channels clear, sir.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Leslie.
Sitting here in the chair, and all of a sudden he stops. He says, wait a minute. He says, you know what? Eddie needs a name.
George Takei, born on April 20th, 1937, in Los Angeles, California. He portrayed Lieutenant Hikaru Sulu in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 29 years old. Sulu is the Enterprise's helmsman, known for his precision, calm demeanor, and occasional swashbuckling flair. As one of the first prominent Asian American characters in U.S. television, Sulu represented a major step forward in media representation. After Star Trek, Takei continued acting, became a prominent LGBTQ+ activist, and built a massive following on social media through his wit and advocacy for equality. In 2025, at 88 years old, George Takei remains active as a public figure and continues to inspire audiences around the world.
Dear friend, and he's been a partner of ours, my husband Brad, in talking up equality for LGBT.
Grace Lee Whitney, born on April 1st, 1930, in Ann Arbor, Michigan. She portrayed Yeoman Janice Rand in Star Trek, 1966, when she was 36 years old. Rand served as Captain Kirk's personal yeoman, often assisting him on missions and providing a gentle, empathetic presence on the bridge. Despite her short tenure on the series, her character left a strong impression and was later brought back in several Star Trek films. Whitney openly spoke about her personal struggles with addiction and credited her recovery to her faith and the support of the Star Trek community. Grace Lee Whitney passed away on May 1st, 2015, at the age of 85 due to natural causes.
And I was in love with him. And she was always trying to get him to look.
Malachi Throne, born on December 1st, 1928, in New York City, New York. He portrayed Commodore Jose Mendez in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 38 years old. Mendez is a high-ranking Starfleet officer who plays a key role in the two-part episode The Menagerie, overseeing the court-martial hearing involving Captain Pike. Throne's commanding performance added gravity to the story, and he also contributed voice work for the Talosian Keeper, later redubbed. Beyond Star Trek, Throne appeared in numerous TV shows, including Batman, Mission Impossible, and The $6 Million Man. Malachi Throne passed away on March 13, 2013, at the age of 84 from lung cancer.
Truly amazed at your technical prowess in somehow manufacturing all this. I congratulate you on your imagination. But this is a court of space law, not a theater.
These just don't seem to be the times to be indulging yourself. Give it a shot. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Barbara Babcock, born on February 27, 1937, in Fort Riley, Kansas. She voiced the Beta 5 computer in Star Trek, 1967, when she was 30 years old. The Beta 5 computer was featured in the episode Assignment Earth, serving as a highly advanced and responsive AI system used by the character Gary 7. Though her role was limited to voice work, Babcock's contribution helped enhance the futuristic atmosphere of the series. Outside of Star Trek, she had a successful acting career, including an Emmy-winning performance in Hill Street Blues. In 2025, at 88 years old, Barbara Babcock lives a private life, retired from acting, and is remembered for her versatile and elegant presence on screen.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm going...
You're not going in there.
But I must.
No, you're not.
Please. It's all right. Don't worry about me.
Mr. Spock.
It could be Alzheimer's disease.
What? That's ridiculous. Alzheimer's is an old person's disease.
Diana Muldor, born on August 19, 1938, in New York City, New York. She portrayed Dr. Anne Mulhall in Star Trek, 1968, when she was 30 years old, in the episode Return to Tomorrow. Dr. Mulhall is a distinguished Starfleet astrobiologist who becomes host to an alien consciousness during a mission involving ancient beings. Muldor also portrayed another character, Dr. Miranda Jones, in the episode Is There in Truth No Beauty, showcasing her dramatic range. Beyond the original series, she later appeared in Star Trek, The Next Generation as Dr. Catherine Pulaski. In 2025, at 86 years old, Diana Muldor lives a private life, retired from acting and fondly remembered for her dignified and intellectual performances.
Yes.
Would you like to save your Captain Kirk?
So you just open the script?
You open the script, and there it is. Oh, okay, we do that one. All right. Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Mark Leonard, born on October 15, 1924, in Chicago, Illinois. He portrayed the Romulan commander in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 42 years old, first appearing in the episode Balance of Terror. This role marked the first ever appearance of a Romulan in the franchise, and Leonard's performance introduced the species' intense, honor-driven nature. He later became even more iconic for portraying Sarek, Spock's father, in multiple Star Trek series and films. His versatility made him one of the few actors to portray a Romulan, Vulcan, and Klingon. Mark Leonard passed away on November 22, 1996, at the age of 72 from multiple myeloma.
Worry not. Like you, I'm too well trained in my duty to permit it.
I know. Most of the clergy has opposed the government, but it is coming around. Now, Donna Cafero.
Ted Cassidy, born on July 31st, 1932, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He portrayed Balok's puppet in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 34 years old. In the episode The Corbomite Maneuver, Cassidy provided the voice and physical presence for the intimidating puppet version of Balok, a ruse used to test the crew's courage. Although a brief appearance, it was a memorable role thanks to Cassidy's deep, resonant voice. He also provided voice work for other alien characters in the series. Outside of Star Trek, Cassidy was best known for playing Lurch in The Addams Family. Ted Cassidy passed away on January 16, 1979, at the age of 46 from complications following surgery to remove a benign tumor from his heart.
Maintain your existence would be illogical. Why? Can't your memory banks solve a simple equation like that?
For us kids growing up, it seemed like a small, intimate community, I think, don't you?
Oh, yeah. The Palisades was a fantastic place.
Morgan Woodward, born on September 16, 1925, in Fort Worth, Texas. He portrayed Captain Ron Tracy in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 41 years old, in the episode The Omega Glory. Tracy is a Starfleet captain who breaks the Prime Directive, becoming obsessed with immortality and power. Woodward's intense performance left a lasting impression, portraying a man unraveling under the weight of desperation. Known for his rugged features and piercing stare, he appeared in many westerns and TV series throughout his career. Morgan Woodward passed away on February 22, 2019, at the age of 93 from natural causes.
We got a new marshal in Yuma, a man by the name of Harmon. We gunned the one brother down in the saloon and backshot the other in front of the jail. Why?
Now, the show is about inspiring others. What inspirational messages can you give to someone out there that may want you to do what you do, become an actor, or just follow their dreams in general?
John Lurmer, born on May 7, 1906, in Canton, Ohio. He portrayed Dr. Theodore Haskins in Star Trek, 1966, when he was 60 years old. Dr. Haskins appeared in the pilot episode The Cage as one of the scientists on the doomed Talos 4 expedition. Lurmer would go on to portray multiple roles in the Star Trek universe, showcasing his versatility as a character actor. He was a familiar face in television, with appearances in Perry Mason, The Twilight Zone, and Bonanza. John Lurmer passed away on March 19, 1986, at the age of 79 from natural causes.
They're men. They're humans.
John Winston, born on October 24, 1927, in Leeds, England. He portrayed Lieutenant Kyle in Star Trek, 1967, when he was 40 years old. Lieutenant Kyle served as the Enterprise's transporter chief, frequently appearing during key missions and emergencies. His quiet professionalism and recurring presence contributed to the sense of realism and continuity aboard the starship. Winston later reprised his role in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and made appearances in other film and television projects. John Winston passed away on September 19, 2019, at the age of 91 from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy as one of Star Trek's familiar, supporting faces.
All right, nice and easy. Now I'm gonna step into that thing and you're gonna transport me back.
Mel Barrett, born on February 23, 1932, in Cleveland, Ohio. She portrayed Nurse Christine Chapel in Star Trek, 1966, when she was 34 years old. Chapel is the compassionate and dedicated nurse aboard the Enterprise, often assisting Dr. McCoy and providing emotional balance in the medical bay. Beyond her on-screen role, Majel was known as the First Lady of Star Trek, also voicing the computer in nearly every Star Trek series and playing roles in other franchise spin-offs. She was married to Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry. Majel Barrett passed away on December 18, 2008, at the age of 76 due to leukemia.
Computer? Is Commander Riker still on the bridge?
Negative. Riker is currently in holodeck 3. Holodeck?
Ian Wolfe, born on November 4th, 1896, in Canton, Illinois. He portrayed Mr. Atos in Star Trek 1968 when he was 72 years old in the episode All Our Yesterdays. Mr. Atos is a librarian overseeing a time portal that allows his planet's citizens to escape into their history before impending doom. Wolfe brought a quiet authority and eccentric charm to the role. A prolific character actor with a career spanning silent films to modern TV, he was known for his distinguished presence and refined manner. Ian Wolfe passed away on January 23, 1992, at the age of 95 from natural causes.
Well, I'll do it. Some dark night when her back is turned, I'll snatch her thermometer and plunge it between her shoulder blades, so help me.
Elizabeth Rogers, born on May 18, 1934, in Austin, Texas. She portrayed Lieutenant Palmer in Star Trek 1967 when she was 33 years old. Lieutenant Palmer served as a communications officer aboard the USS Enterprise, filling in for Lieutenant Uhura in several episodes. Although her appearances were brief, she contributed to the daily life of the starship's bridge crew and became a familiar background presence to devoted fans. Rogers also lent her voice to the computer in Star Trek, the animated series. Elizabeth Rogers passed away on November 6, 2004, at the age of 70 from undisclosed causes. Gene Dynarski, born on September 13, 1933, in Brooklyn, New York. He portrayed Ben Childress in the episode Mudd's Women, 1966, and later played Krodak in Star Trek: The Next Generation. In Star Trek 1966, at 33 years old, he portrayed Ben, one of 3 lithium miners affected by Harry Mudd's deceptions. Dynarski's strong presence and rugged demeanor made his characters believable as frontier laborers in the Trek universe. Beyond Star Trek, he appeared in Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Seinfeld. Gene Dynarski passed away on February 27, 2020, at the age of 86 from heart failure.
Aboard. But since a captain needs an image of geniality, you're to see that's what I project.
Roger C. Carmel, born on September 27, 1932, in Brooklyn, New York. He portrayed Harry Mudd in Star Trek 1966 when he was 34 years old. Mudd is a flamboyant and morally dubious intergalactic conman, appearing in the episodes Mudd's Women and I, Mudd. His charm and comedic energy made him one of the series' most memorable recurring characters. Carmel was the only actor to play the same role in both the original series and the animated series. Outside of Star Trek, he worked extensively in television and voice acting. Roger C. Carmel passed away on November 11, 1986, at the age of 54 due to hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
He's got to tell Schnabel the butcher that he's got bad breath.
So tell him.
You like stringy roast beef? So we're gonna play Spin the Scope. And
who is your favorite character from Star Trek, the original series? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.